There is a concept of the fog of war. Well, what is the fog of war? The fog of war is the strategic, propagandist and continuous misinformation campaigns that governments and politicians run during war in order to keep their nations and their constituents with them. Well, what this means is that the Revolutionary Guards of Iran and the Mojtabas, they will make all those extremely buoyant Islamic surah statements which will say that Trump will have the blood of Americans on his hands, things like that. Netanyahu will be looking at elections later in this year. In October, he goes to the polls to seek another mandate from his people. Trump is looking at his approval ratings, which are down in the mid-20s, very low for a president. And also the support for this war with Iran is very, very low. In fact, more Americans today favor Palestine and Gaza over Israel. Who would have thought this with the strong Jewish lobby? So the Jewish lobby is what Trump is pandering to, but the general public favors Gaza and Palestine more. Well, all these things, all these politicians need to factor in. That's why they go with the fog of war. But people like you and me in the markets who have our money at stake, we need to look through the fog of war. These are the practical realities for these politicians. All of them are looking to leave this at any moment. Of course, the disproportionate intel and the disproportionate firepower that the Americans and Israelis have needs to be factored in when we put in our money or take out our money. But at the same time, all these three guys are looking for a face-saving exit. Bear that in mind. It may be over. It may be over without a decisive outcome. Everyone will manufacture their own truth in the fog of war. At that time, what would be there in your portfolio? Spare a thought for that.